Hey everyone, I am Sean. I'm doing a series here called Why Baptist? Why would anyone want to be a Baptist? I'm a Baptist minister, so I want to explain a little bit about what it means to be a Baptist. Maybe you're just exploring denominations and different areas of Christianity, and you just want to know what the Baptist church down the road's doing. I can't really tell you what they're doing. One of the Baptist principles is freedom and individual church governance, and we'll explain that in upcoming videos. But I can tell you a little bit generally about what it means to be Baptist. Maybe you are a Baptist and you want to learn more about it because you don't really know a ton about what it means to be Baptist. It's kind of like the high school student that once said to my wife when she said, "Are you a Christian?" And he said, "No, I'm a Baptist." So I want to explain what it means. And to do that, I'm going to use an acronym that's been around for ages, and it's the acronym Baptist. The B is the one we want to talk about today, and that is biblical authority. This is a distinction we share with all of our Protestant brothers. Well, against the Roman Catholic Church and against Eastern Orthodox. We love them, and this is to say nothing bad about the believers in those groups. But for Protestants, we adhere to Scripture as the final authority. The church tradition doesn't carry the weight of Scripture. Baptists took this a step further. It's in our DNA as we begin to see the early Baptist movement in the 1600s. What they're doing is they're looking at the New Testament and they're saying, you know what? We're not seeing the baptism of children like the Paedo Baptists do. Paedo means child, and so we're not seeing that. Instead, we're seeing believers' baptism. That's credo baptism. Credo means believe, I believe. So credo baptism, and they were willing to separate from what was then the majority, well, really the only teaching of Christians at that time, and had been for centuries. The majority of the church has admittedly practiced Paedo baptism as opposed to believers' baptism, but the Baptists were willing to take a fresh look at the New Testament and change their perspective on the issue. That is a good example. So if you were to go to a Baptist church today, what you would find is a commitment to Scripture as the final authority on all matters of faith and practice, which is the way we say that sometimes. So it governs the church. Scripture is what tells us how to do life, how we live our lives. It is the final authority. Sometimes Baptists will say, no creed but the Bible. That can be a dangerous statement because we don't want to get rid of all the great creeds and confessions, but it's a fair statement when we say, at the end of the day, only the Bible has authority to tell us what to do. I hope you'll join us as we continue this series, Why Baptist? And maybe I'll convince some of you that it's not such a weird thing after all. Till next time.